Get a mic check, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. How's everybody doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Happy Monday, everybody. Let's see what we got going on. Well, we got the Gappertino up a little bit. So the question is, can they break that ripper high? This is interesting. Very, very interesting. Bally, interesting. All right, let's go to the larger time frame. I do believe we're going to start this day off inside narrow range. That's confirmed. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So now this one, 34.25. 34.25. Thank you. Now I do this by hand. If you're wondering, like, well, he has this little indicator thing. Yeah, I understand that. That's not the point. 34.25. Okay. 34.25. This little red line is not connected to the indicator. All right, so inside narrow range, that means we're going to be watching the edges of when we're away from the 200, right? We'll use the Keltner channels on a 2-minute chart for that. First thing I want to point out is we're kind of ripping a little higher here. And so what we want to see is, if you watched the Sunday night review and Rev Up, you've got all the levels for us, for yourself that I have kind of talked about. Now, here's the thing: there's not very many of them, right? Well, we could do this and we could do that. It's like, yeah, but there's nothing. What? Right. So let's go to the 4-hour chart. There's not a whole lot. Well, we could pull back. We could fill the gap. Well, we could, go down to the 42 level. Yeah. Well, now it's, 41, 42. Remember, over here it was 43, 44, right? The only level that we have, there's two of them. One, okay, and then if you watch this side, if you draw the levels side by side, you're allowed to do that. Okay, but the only other thing that I see is where this inefficiency was filled. There's a little inefficiency in the middle of that inefficiency right there. Now, there's a word for that, whatever you guys want to call that. May that be yours, but to me, that's an inefficiency. That is where they disagree in that price, 170 to 188. Every single time it goes through there, right? So now, does it come back to that? I don't know. Or do we go straight, right? Let's go to our 45-minute. We got 63.37, 63.49 on the 15-minute. And if they really wanted to push it, it would be about 64.56. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Mr. Jeff Faba, are you with us this week? Are you on your off week of work? Mm-hmm. They're trying to buy it. Now, all right, so who remembers the 3 rules that we've added to narrow range? Type them in, please. Oh, that's all right. Remember, when you're trading, there's no multitasking, Mr. Jeff of Football. Sage FT. It's in the trade. I do want to point out we did just hit our 2 minute spread here. So 1275. Bing. That would be a target if you're long on the deuce. And then it's just outside the old noise machine on the 5 minute noise machine. That's actually pretty funny. Give me my monitor. I want it closer. There we go. Hey, that's too close. Okay. Fur peck. I don't ever know if it's level or not, though. Okay. Taking a look at volume here. Basically non existent. Let's take a look at news. All right. Let's see here. Anything noteworthy? No. Wow. No. Okay. Well, there is. There's the 10-year notes and the 30-year bond auction, and then 2 p.m. FOMC minutes on Wednesday. Now, most people think that when we have no news, no catalyst, it's just going to go sideways. Okay. Now here's the deal. Or they think it's just going to remain narrow range. Now think about this. They can run it up or down just as easily as they can keep it sideways. Okay. It is. Try that again. Sorry about that, guys. It is not impossible for them to do anything they want, right? Because here's why most not yet winning traders, I'll be nice. Most not yet winning traders think that if it's low volatility, low volume, narrow range, they're just going to run it sideways. Okay, so here's what they do: they run it sideways until you run out of money, and then they do what they gonna do, right? They does what they guns that does. Okay, so think about that. Can you wait that out to get to your profitability? Okay, that's the real question. That one. Do 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 do. Okay. So what is our plan? Hmm. That's a great question. our plan is we're going to wait until our process repeats. Six, two. And what I mean by that is we're going to trade in context. We use probability and protection, ladies and gentlemen. What we're doing is we're looking for our 100 level trade, or you are looking for your 100 level trade. Now, one thing we need to find is yesterday's high. All right, yesterday's high, Friday's high, it doesn't matter. That has been very relative over the last 2 weeks, right? And I don't mean this actual number. I mean every yesterday's or previous day's high. They've either floated it above it, dipped below it, ran it, in some way. Because so if we go back to the larger time frame, here's what we're going with this. I know it sounds like an incomplete thought, but I want you to think of when we're rallying, right? Look at this. That's a lot of green bars, right? So it's every high of the previous day high. Okay, now today, this is the first day we are inside. So as of right now, we are on an inside bar. Okay, so makes it muy importante to be watching yesterday's high, yesterday's close, 23.50, and yesterday's high, 33.25. Muy importante. Now, on the Sunday night review and rev up, just to let everyone know, I gave the keys to the kingdom away to you. Watch that video and you'll see what I mean. And that is not clickbait. And I know that Elijah did not put it in the title. So those of you that have not yet watched the video from last night, I would do that as opposed to sit here and try to find a trade. We're at upper Keltner inside narrow range. Bonk. If I get a buy signal up here, I will look to sell it. Or not go long. Let's just put it that way, right? Because there's two different ways to sell. Sell to open, sell to close. Yeah, no, I'm good on either, right? So what I need is a pullback. And that's a good morning to you. How's everybody doing? How we doing? How you doing? How you doing? He says, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. I'm doing fine. Nope. Let's turn the wide cam off. All right, how we doing? Let's get the on air sign rolling here. Because it's made in China. You gotta hold the battery in and that kind of stuff. Hey, there we go. Hey. All right. So let's take a look at these. Okay, we're breaking on through. All right. So now we got a last level of noise here, up into the 17s. After that, it is prior supply zone. Am I saying that right? I'm definitely saying that right. Because look at the flag. Oh my goodness. It's like the fluffer showed up just in time for the shoot. Scene. Shoot's been going the whole time. All right. So now here's the little quags, right? Um, they tried to create some noise, right? But think about how this works, right? If this is a 45-minute chart, they had all night last night to do it. They could do whatever they wanted to do. So what they decided to do was to shake the tree after a Gappertino. Okay, they got all the people excited about getting a Gappertino in there. Okay, but what people don't realize is, well, if I'm not mistaken, it was only going to 92, right? And who called 92? No one other than, I do believe, 91 buy side liquidity, 93 demand trap zone. Okay, so it was G-Man and Joey, the G-Man and Joey show. And matter of fact, that's exactly where they traded it to. All right, so perfect. All right, now let's see if we can figure out where they got that from, right? Because I do believe neither of them are in this room. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, so on the downside, it was to 92. Oh, you guys see it? It's very easy. I was just playing the role, right? I knew where it was, folks. Look. Okay. So they create the yellow tape here, right? And this is at here. Let me pull this all the way open here for you. Okay, 72 all the way back over in late July 2nd. Yeah. Back in late July 2nd of 2025, yonder, right? What they tried to do is they tried to create some noise. They tried to create some noise to get you shaken out, right? And what they did is they said, "Oh, thank you." Right. So now that we've gone through it, what we want to look for is, well, they created some noise up at the top up there. Oh, we just hit that noise, right? Now, as we've gone through here and there's no noise, they haven't done anything, right? Because think about this. This was not created yet. Right here. All right. So what they were thinking, what their thought was, is it has to return to where there was some sort of this. If we think about this would be the outlier, the outlying side of where they created noise, right? That's so yellow line would be noise, right? Where they jumble the moving averages up and then they run price through it. Okay. And then, so this would be an outlying, you could think of like a Keltner channel or a Bollinger Band or standard deviation away from that kind of thing, from the noise, right? So that's where they got this, the target, right? So if we just watch it, watch this. They have a target of where the outlying price of noise would be before they take it back up. Watch this. Let's see if that number's right. And honestly, I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't watch much past this level. Watch this. So it starts here, right? And remember, we're looking at this white line right here. So it starts here. White line. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh oh no. Oh no. It was the exact low. Right now, let's be very clear. This wasn't printed when this started to print, so it makes me look cool. Okay. I could show the chat where it shows Joey and G-Man calling 92. Okay. When we were up here, right? If I remember right, they said it right here. G-Man was short 05 with a target of 92. G-Man, when you're here, I want you to confirm this, right? And I said, oh, watch out, shorts, first touch red, blah, 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 and right to it. Right to it. And now we're moving away back into the noise that was created. Oh, the 3rd of July. So Thursday, late in the evening. See all the noise, right? And then it goes signal, noise. Okay, back into the spread of the prior noise. Signal, noise, signal. Okay, now, right now, we're in signal. Okay, that means we're trending, right? When we're in signal, it means we're trending. So, well, we're trending on the 5-minute, full disclosure, right? So let's see if we see any other signal, not noise. Do you see it? It has to go. So that's why this says in order, right? This goes back to in signal from being in noise on the 15-minute chart. And so on the 15-minute chart, you're looking at 37 and 49, okay, and 04 and 95. 45. Noise. Do they sort this out and create signal? Do we move back into the noise? That's what we're going to watch for. We don't know the answer. Moving into the prior noise on the 5, moving out into the standard deviation, if you will, of the noise on the 2-minute chart, right? So it says be careful if you're going long up here. Don't really initiate new longs, but you can definitely be holding. Okay. I got to get my Mancini levels on here. It's funny. This camera makes it look like I have a really thick mustache. I don't. It's as thick as this. It's a size 2, or what is it? 4 millimeter? 4 centimeter? Yeah, Friday, 7:50 a.m. I posted 6281 with support. Macro back test. We tested it and targets are given 94, 03, and 05. Plan today, hold the runner 05 week. Okay. Oh, okay. So 05 week, what that means is we've hit it several times. Okay, 98 supports, keeps 1523 live. There's your 15. It was just printed. Okay, so 23, and then 98 fails. We dipped to 81. Sell below 81. All right. Huggy Bear laid it out, so y'all can play it out. You heard the man. You heard the man. And there is a 91% off Buell Knox. Use the code SAGEFT91. Why is it in lowercase? It's supposed to be all uppercase. SAGEFT. Let me get the notes caught up here. What? Oh, they're right here. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to clear the notes. Mute. Mute me. Mute me on the bounty. I want to remind everyone we are narrow range. Narrow range. You won't find nobody else like me. I was just singing a song. I wasn't saying anything. Don't know why you met me. Don't know why. Is that Uncle Cracker? That's Uncle Cracker. Can't turn around and say goodbye. All right. So the question was, who can list the 3 things that I added to the K channel checklist? I mentioned them last week. Let's see them. Who remember? Who remember? Overachiever. I think my nose hit the mute button. I think that's what happened a minute ago. Yeah. All right. So what we're talking about here is this, right? So now think about this. You on this blue bar right here, and I'm just being um not literal, right? If we were to say, okay, wait for the sweep of the leg, okay, or the signal could be on the counter, right? This one actually meets all 3. So on something like this, right? This is very valid, isn't it? Is it not? Like you sweep the leg of this thing like a G, right? You could have waited for the sweep of the leg. Okay, I'll make sure I'm doing it just like he has it. Okay, signal on the KC could be a reversal. It could, right? But it's the sweep of the leg and the base of it is starting on the 20. Ah, well, yeah, it's like a perfectly clear Charlie Foxtrot. That's it. What? Right? So so what would clarity look like? Well, let's see if we could find any clarity. Because listen, just because the bar's paint does not mean you push the button. Right here. Here's a perfect one. See this? You can go long right down there. Folks, this is ugly. We just printed 0775 in the micros, so I have a feeling this is going to slide just a little bit here. You're probably going to get a sell signal right here, too. I'm not saying there's going to be a sell signal. It might paint blue. Blue. BLEU. Doesn't mean there's a short here. No. There's no shorts. No. YM at gap fill. The rest of us just slightly lower. Don't know why you met me. Don't know why you can't turn around and say goodbye. So dollar strength so far today. Jason, you would have won $20. I don't think you were here. I asked anyone that if anyone could tell me the rules. I think you're already gone for the day, and I was going to Venmo him $20. Nobody had shit. Watching 10 short. Oh man. Don't know how you met me. Don't know why. And your target would be 825. Clearly, I'm not in it. Up. 825 target. I absolutely was not even paying attention. You got the golden French fry in the perfect spot. 825 is the target. 825 is the target. If you're in, lock them. Good job. The golden French fry. Here comes your 25s. Can you get them? 5 traded. Okay, they're being stubborn now. Watch out. So what I'm going to do, not that it's any sort of change, but I'm really going to start focusing on it pretty standardly, is I'm going to incorporate the tape with these blue and pink and yellow bars for you, is to the best of my ability to articulate it to you. Okay, here comes your 825s. Here comes your 1R. Here comes 1R. Here comes 1er. There's your 1er. Yep. There's your 1er. All right, 2R. 650. Lower Keltner. 7. 7-minute abs. I got caught monologuing. I should be short from 10. I am not. My golden French fry works most of the time. It works every time. And whoa. It works. It works every time in context. Yeah, but what's context? 15 years of staring at this shit. That's context. Context means look left. That's what context actually means. Context means look left. Context is the first thing after we go through the fundamentals off the chart on the first call. The first thing that we talk about on the chart is context, and I show you exactly what context is on our first call. We give you your homework to allow you to spot the context defined. Also, ladies and gentlemen, it's mandatory Metallica Mondays. Let's get it. Hey Siri, play Metallica. Yes. Yes. Now play Metallica. Can you hear me? All right. Today we are going to be patient. Here's the deal. Last week, I put myself, I don't want to call it the penalty box because that would be a negative connotation. What I did is I put myself, here we go, in the lab. 5 days. Okay. All last week and then yesterday night, Sunday night. So what I did is I recognized the error, right? ERR of my ways. In the lab. Lower Keltner. There's your finale. Re-education camp. Yes. Like welding school. For all of you secretaries out there. There's your 650s. Did it print? Nope, not yet. You're almost at 2R. Just be careful. You're at a demand point. A plausible demand point. Everyone wants to see V. Wappleton. Do they give it to him? You're going to find out. Yeah, Jesse. Yeah. Jesse survived. Yeah. Isn't it weird, Jesse, when you're about to draw something and you go, wait, nope. I just drew my first thing this look, my first thing this in 6 days, Jesse. Look. Good. Madonna. Yep, that's the first thing that I've drawn. Aside from there's two things I've drawn. I don't consider them drawing. Okay, the first one is you have to draw your Mancini levels. You have to put your levels on there. Okay, because we don't have it automated. The second thing that I don't have automated is my 30-second crime scenes. So everything else is automated, and so I don't have to draw them. I just don't have. Which, by the way, that reminds me, everybody, you can get 90%, up to 80% off of your trading view. Hold on, let me find the button for it. If you use TradingView, or if you've thought about using TradingView, but you kind of thought it was a little expensive, up to 80% off of a yearly subscription right now. Okay. Um, folks, that's a smoking deal. You don't get any better than that. Use that link if you haven't done it yet. We'll see if they actually pay me. I don't know. I'm not really sure how this all works. I think it just gives me credit on mine. But either way, I want everyone to have 80% off. I'm going to renew for another year, right? And here's what's cool: if they have some of your money now, what they do is they just prorate it. You'll love, like, when you push the buy button, you'll be like, oh wait, what? It's going to give me for a year and 8 months. How's that? Because they add it on to what you've already paid for. Love it. Love it. All right. So I need to remind myself I actually need to get that done. Oh, I have to do it through my phone. Is that right? I might have to do it through my phone. Because sometimes if you're through the Apple login, it makes you do it through the phone. All right. 2R is 650. And they are leaning into the bid, folks. Don't try to go long down here. There's your 650s, 4 print. 10 minutes till the top of the hour. I cannot trade. I'm not going to sit here and keep talking for no reason. If you're short, stay short. It comes at the end. If you, it was the 4th of July sale, right? And if it's good, if I think you have to get the yearly to get the 80%, right? I believe it's good till the 8th, right? Unless it already. Oh, let me look at it here. It pops up on the thing. Where did I see that at? There, right here. Let's. Where is the sale? Did the sale die? Did it end? Where's the sale? It was just 80% off. Did it end? Did the sale end? Let me. I'll take a look at that. But either way, if I missed it, I'm going to be frustrated with myself because now then I'll have to wait for the next one. But yeah, it just adds on to your. It just pushes your current subscription out. Or if you upgrade it, it pushes it back. I'll be right back. 40 seconds. All right, folks, that golden French fry was the chef's kiss. That is a banger. You're at 4R, 5R. Let's go. That's why you tune in, folks. That's why you tune in. That is a banger. Look at that thing. Smack. Okay. Here's the deal. Today, we're going to cheers to the only stream that's keeping it real, shows you his losses, shows you what it looks like to be in a trading slump. Now, I want to remind everyone before I open this can, this slump has only costed me, I think I'm about, including my cash account, I think it's about 18 on the high side, $1,800 in losses. Okay. These are the most valuable losses I've ever had. I used to have upticks and downticks that were $1,800. I removed all of the risk and I'm bringing it back one at a time. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to cheers to the only stream keeping it real. I'll tell you when I fucking lose. Will the other people tell you when they lose? Cheers to keeping it real, everybody. Okay? Cheers, everybody. Let's go. Team Green, spam that cheers emote. Cheers, everybody. Like I said, they wanted that VWAP, did they not? There's a difference between watching a stream where they want to succeed and watching a stream where they want you to succeed. Okay. There's a big difference. I want you guys to just kind of contemplate that. All right. Okay. 98 Mancini. Cheers, everybody. Perfect trade. That met all criteria. I got caught monologuing. It wouldn't have filled me at 10 anyway by the time I looked at it. Next. That may have been the only trade of the day. That may have been the best trade, right? I may have to wait 3 hours for the next trade. Am I willing to do that? Oh, hell yes, brother. How long does a sniper wait on a rooftop for one shot? Someone type it in. How long does a sniper wait on the rooftop for one shot? Go ahead. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, I'll be right back as I'm talking. Sorry, guys. My producer, I mean me. Oops, whoops. What am I listening to? What kind of music is this? Wow. How long will a sniper wait on the rooftop? belly against the hot steel. Next time you're about to push the button on some half-ass spool, how long will that sniper lay on that hot tin roof to complete the mission to save his men? All right, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and move over to the Joey charts. Let's see if he nailed it. Oh, hell yeah. Right back into the noise on the 15-minute, fam. Right back into the noise on the 15. On the 15. Oh, I needed that caffeine. I waited all morning since 2 a.m. for that. Ooh. Mm, that's a tasty burger. Hey, VWAP. That's what they wanted. Like we said, that's what they wanted. And here's the thing, right? You're not a sniper for your team. Listen, unless they know you'll lay there. The answer is as long as it takes. That's the actual answer to the question. Yeah, but what if he runs out of food? Then he dies on the rooftop. Right or wrong? First of all, he's not going to run out of food because he's a badass, right? That ration that he has in his pocket, that's gonna last him 6 weeks. Okay, so that's out. That's out, right? Yeah, we want this to bounce off of this 97.50 on the 5. We want this to bounce. We if we're thinking continue with the trend. My nose was. I mean, um, very important 15-minute bar, if you ask me. Okay, going to the KISS chart. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Okay, so we are now back in chop. I need to create. Does TradingView have volume profile, guys? Because I don't want to use the resources for NinjaTrader because we know how terrible NinjaTrader allocates resources. I want volume profile on a daily chart so we can look at it that way. I know. Nah, I don't want to. Nah. I don't want to create a daily chart on the NinjaTrader. That's too much resource. Don't do that again. Mancini 98 05 15 23 98 81 fails. Sell. Could you imagine being short from 10 and it hits 81 and it gives the old and you're still short? Oh. Anyone short from 10? I know you guys are watching my charts. Anyone short from there? I know you guys have figured out what it is, right? So now everybody says, well, what are these colored bars? Everybody, I want you to think about it this way. Okay. These colored bars are every stop out that I've ever taken since 2010 when I started to watch the S&P 500 E-mini future. That's what these colored bars are. When you look at it that way, here's the part that's hard for me to stomach, right? Even though I know, right? I lost all those times. Every single time. Let's just pick one, right? And I was just doing this in my head, right? In my head, I was just looking at this one right here. How can Rev lose? Let's play a game of how did Rev lose on that bar? Ready? This one right here. I get to draw on my charts now. I completed my task, so I get to draw my charts. How can Rev lose shorting? Why would he short this bar? Who effing knows? That's how, right? So what we have to do is we have to dissect. Well, did he just think that the bar was going to keep going lower? Did he go to a lower time frame? Did he think he was going to catch the top? Did he see something on the tape that looked like something that could come back to the blah, 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 blah? Nope, he just lost. Nope. Impulse trade, facial, right? Okay, because some of them are really easy to see, right? Some of them are real easy to see. Like, clearly, this would be, you're trying to be long up here, okay? And so this would be a short, right? Now, clearly, you'd be trying to short, and this becomes a long, right? It stops you out going up, right? Right, and then clearly, you're trying to be long, and it stops you. Clearly, you're trying to be long, and it stops you, right? So this is the graphical representation of every loss that I took when I was getting smoked like a pack of cigarettes. That's the best way for me to explain it. Because look at the golden french fry right here. Look at this one. This is a good one. Why would this look like a stop out? Because I may have gotten lucky long here and I didn't take profit and it smokes me. Oh, I caught the bottom. Oh. Right? And then on the big blue bar that's right below it, think about how easy it would be to stop people out on that one. Everyone that was long from right here. Shkaboom. Right? Yeah, but Rev, why would... But see, here's the deal. I wouldn't be long from right here correctly. No, player. No. I'd... It's hard to say with a straight face. I'd be long from up here. Okay, and then it would get stopped out down here. Oof, why would you do that? I don't know. I did it. I don't know. That's what my notes would say. I don't know. All right, so on the 30-second chart, I am marking CS. Joey, confirm. 11:20 pibe. 11:20 pibe. 11 quarter. Oh, there's a hidden one. Six. Oh boy. 95 quarter. And I now see Joey's 96. What do you have, Joey? 96 half? Yep. Copy that. Confirmed. 30-second chart, fam. 96 half. Lock it in at 4:40 a.m. Joey, confirm. Folks, if you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, okay, listen, very simple. It's where it goes from noise to signal, noise to signal, noise to signal, noise to signal, and we're all the way down on the 30-second chart. That's the easiest way for me to explain it. All on the flow. Give me some mo. And Matt, remember, you can ask questions about the CS in Trader Chatter, and people that are much more educated than myself on, excuse me, on the matter will reply. Copy that? Joey, watch out. We're going to have a CS master here in about 4.9 days. Now we'll give him the weekend to study it. 6.9 days. No news till Wednesday. On Tuesday, am I saying that correctly? We have the 3-year note auction. We don't have news until Wednesday, 1:01 p.m. and then 2 p.m. So most, and I'll say this again, most people think that low volume, narrow range will be chop sideways, okay? Or they'll create chop sideways. When in fact, if you take a look at low volume days, they find a slight trend once they shake all the weak players out, chopping. I need to sync my clock. It is so screwed up. The problem is when you sync your clock, it doesn't sync NinjaTrader. So you have to Control-Shift-R after you sync your clock. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's better. So the sequence, okay? The watch this. If you're on NinjaTrader and you're wondering why everything doesn't look right, okay? And sometimes you're getting orange orders. Here's what you do. Go down to the clock that's in your taskbar, right click, adjust date and time. Now watch this. Sync now. Okay, so now after you hit sync now, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the charts on NinjaTrader and hit Control-Shift-R. After you've synced the time on your computer. Okay, that will help with the orange orders. Let alone stand me. That will help with the lag on the closing of the bar. right? If you don't have a massively powerful processor, no, that lag, right, where it says where you're watching the timer count down, you got 5, 4, 3, and then all of a sudden there's a new bar and it's on 3. Okay, that's going to help all that. Okay, we're also going to be watching the volume on breakouts and breakdowns, right? So let's take a look at this bar right here. Look, I get to draw my charts again. I'm actually kind of so look at the volume on this bar right here. Was that high or low volume in relation to everything else? High. Sell. I'll be watching the tape for you guys. I got you, fam. Still going. What are we at? Like 5.5 R, 6 R? Wow. All right, we got 3 minutes, 10 seconds till the opening bell. It's time to lock in. I know you miss your mom, and I know you miss your dad. I had to switch from Metallica to Eminem. Lose yourself is my pump up jam. Where's Mr. Harrison? You know what the funny thing about Zach is? Even though he has to hit his little uh, 10 ticks for the day, right? I think that's his target. Um, he can do it at any point in the day. Like he doesn't like, okay, I got to be there for the opening bell. No, no. I am struggling to get my charts, my screens to be at the exact right spot. Okay, we're going to open up at the OOs. Ooh, that's my foot. You got a seller at 0150. I don't know, Jesse. Uh, looks like they're absorbing the hell out of the guy, huh? Um, 90 on the 45. Because who are we to say that it's just going to hold 5 minute blue? Who are we to say that it's just going to hold 15 red? I mean, it could. Hmm. Here we go. 5 seconds. Lock in. That's the 30 second. Okay. That. Yep. I see it. So the 30 second spread held perfectly. What is it, Joey? Oh yeah. 75. Yeah. Okay. Already at Upper Kiltner. Kiltner. All right. First note of volume is 675. 675. First note of volume. First dead volume 275. 1/44. Y'all know me. Still the same OG. 2 minutes. 2 minutes CS. 2 minutes CS. Okay, right into that upper 5-minute spread of 0775. Wow. Wow. Joey. Okay, first seller was 675. Okay, so you're watching the 150, 275, and 675. Okay, there's your 150s. There's your 275s. Boom, sold right through. Sold right through. Look at that on the 5-minute spread to the almost to the tick, boys and ladies. Men and women, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Liz Carl Kanai. 0250 volume. With a can full of gas and a handful of matches. Narrow state. Ask yourself, do you trade at narrow state or when it moves away from narrow state? Go on. I'll wait. I know my answer. Do you know yours? Da. At the 15-minute CS, chilling. Now, Joey, on that calculation on the upper CS, that's debatable. I would have had it at 725. Do you agree with that? So this we need to work on the logic of this one. There ain't gonna be nothing after that. You can have it back. Okay, 98.50, 98.50. There's your 98.50. There it is. After going all the way to 8. All right, so Mancini 05 98. You got someone leaning into the bid at 98.25. They're absorbing. Joey, did you go long? Oh man, that was a good one. Oh, stop was like 96, 96.50. I have no trades on. You'll know. I marked 175. Thirty seconds till the first 15-minute bar closes. Let's see how it closes. We're a narrow state. So I am going to sweep the leg on this. 99.25 with a 94. And it's risky. The one thing that is negative for the Bulls on this one is, and I'm just, this is very loose, right? But the 50% level on RSI, right? It's coming right to it and it's failing, right? So I'll take this one with 1 and 99.25, and I'm only going to do it in one of my accounts instead of all of them. We're going to do a little tester here. Now, the good thing is we didn't buy 0450. Yeah, narrow state, narrow state. So I'm just going to buy the edge, right? And 94 stop. Sweep the leg. Buyer coming in. Oh, he's buying the oh-ohs. He's 2,200 times. 2,800 times down there. Let's see if they squash him, absorb, okay, and flush. Or not. I'm very light. Okay, here's the hurdle. Watch your tape. Here's the hurdle. Here's the hurdle. Right here. Okay, it's either going to gap it or it's not. Watch. Oh fours. Okay, stop to 96.50. Or whatever, 96. Okay, see how it stalls here? So did the seller come back in or do they find another buyer? Put your picture on my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. Okay, it went 3 tick dick. Stop to break even plus 2. 99.75. Here we go. 0450 lock. Come on. Keep the 03 buyer alive. Let's go. Keep the buyer alive. You see that he bought OOs, right? You guys see that, right? I mean, it doesn't get any clearer than what I just said. Okay, 1 tick Rick. 1 tick Rick, you're a dick. Okay, they've completed business at 04. Here we go. Thank you. Ding! Ding! Jason Driver, repeat the rules, please, sir. Oh. What? I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear you. We're narrow state. There's no break yet. There's no break yet. And now, if Jason Driver's still here, he's going to type. There's one rule on there that you guys need to follow. Okay, we did the sweep the leg, right? Okay, there's another rule on there that changes it from narrow state to wide state. I ain't mad. Wait for the sweep of the leg. Signal on the Keltner channel could be a reversal. Ace of Candle originates on MA. Jason, there's no way. Jason, there's no way. There's no way. We just caught the exact low, buddy. 0%. Wait. Oh, yes, we did. It's right there on our screen. Yes, we did. I ran out of contracts. Yep. Wow. All the way to 975. There's your 1R. 2R. Let's go, Lou. Let's go, Lou. I wonder how them cabinets are holding up. Upper Keltner, boys. Upper Keltner. Don't get greedy. Not yet. Not yet. They're going to shake you out a couple more times. Okay, you got a pin bar, right? Decision. And we do now. You see 13, right? 13, right? Wow, 15's way up there. Let's go, Lou. I got your Lou. If Zach calls you Lou, it's an honor. Lou. Oh, 725 by tape. I am clearly not in this blue. Not. They're buying it. Ten seconds to the top of the hour. There we go. Let's see. Draw point. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. That's why I have the Be Right Back still on. Oh. Hold on. There we go. Jason Driver, do you see how that blue bar actually was the sell signal for the pin bar because we hit Keltner? Let's go. Absorption at 8 even. But Zach, you're calling him Lou with love. Uh, okay, right back into the noise. Look at the 15-minute chart. Okay, listen. Is that noise or is that signal? Okay, let me show you the difference. Look. And this will clarify everything that we're doing, right? Okay. Watch this. Noise, signal, signal, noise, signal, noise, signal, noise. So now we're in noise. This is where Top Step, Apex, Tradeify, Trade Day, My Funded Futures, you name them. Take Profit Trader, Buell Knox. This is where they make all their money on your resets. So recognize that. Okay. Right back into the noise. Do you guys see this? They tried to make it right sell side here. That we open up higher. This is the 15-minute chart. So this has got power, right? We open up the 15. We open up. They get above. They make noise. They make noise. And look what they just did. They just swept. I mean, it's a draw, right? Okay. But there's a liquidity grab up there. They just drew on it, right? And now, what are they doing? They're liquidating all the weak longs. Once they liquidate all the weak longs and they have all of your stops right up in their basket, okay, they're gonna nod their head, they're gonna wink at you, and it's gonna go higher, okay, or vice versa, right? Now, same thing on the 30-second chart. So notice yellow lines are where noise is, and then then we move from noise to signal to noise to signal to noise. Now watch this. Look, all we did was just go right back into the prior area of noise. That is all. It has gone absolutely nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Thank you, sir. Love it. Love it. I will not touch it. Um, personally, uh, they're sweeping. They're sweeping hires, and the only way it's going to flip long is if you get le bonheur, large green bar. Elijah, how do you say large green bar in French? How do you say engulfing candle in French? I know you're busy. I'm messing with Elijah here. He's doing 6 things at once. And I'm asking him how to speak a different language while he's going to translate it in a different language. Let's see how talented he is. Now you see why, right? Because we can leave it wide. We can leave it wide while I do a BRB as well. Folks, if you're wondering why I do the BRBs, right? The simple fact of the human brain can handle about 3 trades a day. Shocker. When it's not time to trade, right? So yes, sometimes I walk away and there's a perfect trade that fires. But when I'm standing there and it's not that time, the odds of an impulse reaction go up, right? All right. So now, right now, Mancini 98, 81. If 81 fails, sell. So what would our reclaim be right now? For me, a reclaim would be 13. Let me make sure I'm saying this correctly. Would be 1523. Now, because also notice our previous swing high was exactly 15. How does he know, right? Those of you that are just tuning in, we didn't put this blue line, the one directly, right? Oh, hold on. Right below me. Sorry. That was drawn at 8 a.m., about 8:10 a.m. when we came in. Using that as in a sell signal makes a lot of sense, huh? Not sweeping the leg. No. Context says sell to close, sell to open, doesn't matter. Right. And that being the blue bar, the painted bar up here after the pin bar at upper calcaneus lechannel. Noise versus signal. What I mean, think about it. What do we think the um what do we think the algorithms are trading? Okay, they trade either noise or signal. Now they can trade noise. There's nothing wrong with that. Just have to pick which one you are, right? It's easier for me to trade signal. Not a signal. Duh. Okay, signal. Because here's the deal. Joey gave us the decoder ring. Listen. If if you open the LTD cereal box, folks, every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., Joey gives us the decoder ring at the bottom of the box. You put your hand in there. You just stuff your hand in there, and then you right. Now it's not easy to get your hand down there without breaking all the cereal, right? So there's work involved in figuring out how to get the decoder ring out of the bottom of the cereal box. But I'm going to be real with you folks. I have never seen anything like this. Um, look at the 5 minute right now. Here's the deal: you never know when it's going to go signal, noise, signal. You never know if it's going to be on the 30-second, the 2 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, 45 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour daily. You don't know, but you lock in when it goes to or from one of those levels. Now watch this. This is the 5 minute. Look, noise, signal, noise, signal, noise to the prior noise location. Okay, and now we're back into noise. Plausible here if the 8 goes under the, excuse me, if red goes under white, not 8. All right, so now we just went to the prior noise location from a prior noise location. So now, which spread does it go to, or does it go to the next yellow tape? So here's noise, and here's noise. At all time highs. Okay, at all time highs. All right, so now we've got a sell signal down here. So that means we're supposed to buy it, right? That means if you're short, you need to be careful. Oh, that's going to hurt. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, 97.75 tape. I have no trade here. Your 200 is still moving. Is the right word arriba? Arriba? And we're right at the 5 minute yellow line. Uh, Wednesday or Thursday, if I remember it, I guessed long at one of those lines. I remember what happened. I'm cool. I'm cool. Noise. disguised as a signal. Look, 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 look. Ooh, Joey. Oh. Now, if we're going by the book, this would be okay. And you guys can go into the simulator. Wait, let's see. I have a sim. Okay, and I'll try it here. Let's see if I get filled. 9850. I'll do it simulator with the micro sim. Yeah. So 0150, right? There it goes. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to cancel it just because it was sim. There it goes. There it goes. Get him. That's a great one. That's a great one. What did Lou get? Zach, what did Lou say he got? Wait, did the 5 minute work? Oh, wait, what? No way. And then look at the 15-minute spread hold. Look at that. Okay, so they swept the bottom of. Listen to this noise. And your stop would have been right below that. Okay, or you would have on those. You don't even want to sweep the leg, right? You want to trap the old you that took the pullback on a lower Keltner. Now, how could I have found that some of these are reversals? There's only one answer. Joey's not allowed to answer. Anyone but Joey can answer this question. 15 even, sir. 15 even. Just think about what the actual answer is of how did I find that on a certain day, meeting certain criteria, those painted bars change characteristics. $62.90 level. Still glaring at me on the 45-minute chart. Narrow state. Low. No trade for me. Sell below 97.25 on the 5-minute, but man, it's just there is a sell signal, but I am not in it because it's mid Keltner. There's nothing for me to do here. There's first target 96. If you took it, no. $96.50 buyer. Let's go. Ooh, does that mean your fiber internet will be active shortly? Me from myself. Looks like they're absorbing the 96.50. Still leaning. They're leaning. IBL low. IBL 97.25. And they sold 96.50. They sold 95.75. They're leaning into it. We need 1 3/4 points. Is that right? Yeah. And so then it would have to stretch below 90.75. We'd have to go 89, 88.75 to be outside narrow range. Here's 2R from the pink bar. Ooh, Dr. Seuss trade. Like I said, they're leaning into the bid. So if we go Mancini, it's 98, 81. 81 fails sell. He's trying to buy the 94s. But they're absorbing him. They're absorbing him. Yeah, he's 1,434 times at 94. Overhead at 96.50. You've got a hole at 775. All right, if you're enjoying this masterclass in scalping the ES here, tape reading, order flow, smash that like button, please. Tip the dealer, smash the like button. At 97.25, IBL low. I be low. I want Claritin. Team Green. Let's spam the chat with some Claritin. Yeah, they're leaning. Yeah, 94 is definitely the over under by tape. And now we have a sell signal on the 15-minute chart. Well, a paint bar. Through the 200, though. And as I was saying before, there's 2R if you're still short. 3R is 90. Boom. Look at them cascade that thing through. Look at that. Here comes 4R. Here comes 4R. Always on to the break of dawn. No one could do it better like this. All right, we're outside narrow range now, but we're still on an inside bar on the daily chart, right? So the levels that you're watching are the open and close. So 76 and 23. Okay, and then high and low is 70 and 33. All right, daily spread of noise. Is 90. That's where we're at now. All right, 5 minute right there at 02:01. Noise. Okay, right back to the 45-minute CS on the 45-minute chart at blue. It's going to create a new one. Well, it's going to create a double. Noise. Oh, okay. Be careful. Be careful shorting down here. Perfect trap zone. Perfect expansion of range, right? Perfect trap zone. Be careful shorting down here. It'll tell you if they're going to keep leaning into the bid. It definitely doesn't say initiate a new short. It absolutely does not say that. It says long at 88.50. Blue bar, Keltner. But obviously, you see that I have no trades because we just went outside narrow range. Slightly. Poquito. And hold on, my face is going to grimace for a second here because I got to move my foot. I keep forgetting about my foot. You're nibbling. Yeah, your target would be 93. Put your entry order where your stop. Woody bean. Woody bean. See how this worked perfectly? Where's my Jason driver? Unless he's already gone for the day. Do you see how I got stopped out every effing time I tried to take the continuation on this kind of nonsense tape action? Do you guys see this? Type a Y in the chat if you're seeing how they're doing it. You don't have to understand it. Just see that, like, when these painted bars, okay, which they're very, very valid, when we're not yet expanded in one direction, it's like they're kind of like, oh, hold up bars, right? Like, hold on a minute bars, right? Now, the reason we're not going to go long, right? Where's Jason? Where's Jason M? Where's Jason Manjari? Uh, he doesn't have to be here. If you are, say what's up. The reason you can't go long on the 2 minute, okay, is because your 15 minute is short at 95. Fractal up. Yep. So this weekend, my kids and I we Googled the definition of a fractal. Okay, so now those of you that are familiar, isn't it called the outside edge? Right? The outside edge repeats. Yeah, I have no trades on. I mean, look, you can stay short, right? Just push stop down, but you have to be short from way up there. We have a new word, Joey, G Man. The word is failed. Failed. Confirmed. Go ahead. Copy. Come back. Failed. So 8850 clearly on the tape. 8850. So do they absorb it and they dump it through? Okay, you got 90, you got 37, you got 390 at 90. So are they trying to buy it as low as they can? Or are they going to make the 90 offer chase? Aaliyah had a dream. Yeah, that's the 45-minute, Joey. That's a confirm. I agree. That's why, and it lines up on the 5. Okay, and then on your 2-minute, you got the 84s. All right, and then if we dipple snip, okay, it would be 77.50 quick, right? And then the reclaim would be above 88. Two minutes until this 45-minute bar closes, everybody. 2 minutes. And we are right at the 5-minute Gestapo check-in for the shorts. We've got a snake mouth on the 5-minute manute. Manute. Did I say it right? Manute. 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 They're leaning into this bad boy here. Everything is backwards. How do they flip it, right? The only thing that's right is the 30-second, 2-minute. They're trying to, so how do they flip the 5-minute? Or do they not flip the 5-minute? All right. 2 minutes, 10 seconds till the 45-minute bar closes. This is interesting because it's very important. Like Disco Inferno. They're leaning. They're leaning in the bid. 30 seconds so these bars close, fam. Your 2-minute will not close, but anything divisible by 5. There we go. That's a lot of tails. They're leaning, 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 leaning. Here comes your 2 minute right into the prior level of noise after it went through this level of noise, right? Imagine being long right here is all I keep thinking in my mind. Imagine trying to catch the bottom, right? And and then moving your stop down a little bit and moving your stop down a little bit, right? It's the only way you can blow an account other than 25 bad trades being over leveraged. Okay, having greater than 1 or 2% of your account in any one trade, that's how you get smoked, right? But the way that you lose all the money is you tell yourself, oh, this thing's going to turn around. It's going to go up. Watch this, watch this. Then you have confirmation bias. Folks, it's the only way I've ever lost accounts. For real. That's all I can think of, right? And it's okay to not be short here because I didn't have a clear, excuse me, I didn't take the '06 signal short when I should have. Now, now to be very clear, your stop would have been above this. So 9, 10, 25. I wish I were in this. '24. There's your gap fill. All right, I've just been informed that skate park is in order. So I've got about 5 minutes left of the stream. I'm going to go ahead and get the review out of the way. All right, traders, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Revan Wood by Sage FT, creator, founder, head trader, live trading desk. What a day. Here's the question of the day. How long will a sniper lay on the roof to get the shot? With that being said, I've been very patient today. Here's your 15-minute chart. And just all you see is just sideways action. With the breakdown in the last 20, 30, 40, 45 minutes. Other than that, it's just been going sideways. So there's really not a whole lot to trade. We just broke narrow range. So now if we go back, let's see. Let me see if I can do this. Editor, pause. I did that pretty good. All right. So now what we're looking for is, well, where would we trade? All right. So now the way that it works is because we are narrow range when I took the trade, I was waiting for a trade using the perfect methodology when we're in R7, meaning, Linda Ratchke introduced this to the world 20, 25 years ago, the narrowest range of the last 7 trading days. Okay. And we are also on an inside bar on the daily chart. Inside bar on the daily chart. So therefore, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at where do we take a trade. All right. So, well, the answer is based upon my rules, it was right underneath this blue bar. Okay. So here's the trade. I only got one trade today because it's not optimal for another, for perfect clarity, longs and shorts. Now that I'm going to take my son to the skate park, it will probably be perfect conditions. So those of you that want to continue trading, okay, our Discord, discord.gg/SageFT, we're going to move the party over there. Okay, I'll be able to chat and watch charts by my phone. I will not be taking trades. I will be watching my children. Okay, even though my son's old enough to be alone, I want to watch him actually ride his scooter. That's why we do this. Okay, there hasn't been very much clarity today, and so I'm not hitting my 10 points, but I am positive 5.5 points for the day. Okay. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the stream and the review right here. It's been a wonderful stream. Thank you, everyone that participated. Smash that like button. Share this with your friends. Follow us. I don't know, whatever, however you follow, retweet, whatever it is. Share the love. The only thing I ask you to do is tip the dealer. Okay, that means hit the like button. Thanks, everybody. Good night.